Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Omomi Mimi Akinlagun. I like that better than my old intro actually. For those of you guys who are returning, thank you so much for continuing to support my channel. And for those of you guys who are new, welcome, welcome, welcome. So if you are new, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you are notified every time I upload. Even if you are subscribed, don't forget to hit the notification bell so you are notified also when I upload. Yeah, help your girl get her views up. Hit the notification bell because YouTube is acting wild. It's acting wild. Today's video is a non-hair related video. Those of you who are still watching me that are subscribed to me know that I have lost quite a bit of weight. If you just even go back to my old videos, you will notice I have lost a lot of weight since last posting regularly. I have been getting a lot of people asking since posting my video when I returned to the channel to talk about how I lost the weight, how I'm keeping it off, if I'm keeping it off, and just basically talk about my weight loss journey. So that's what I'm doing right now. Before we get started with this video, I just wanted to remind you guys that you can chop it up with me over on Instagram. My Instagram is omomiakinlagun, which will be just here. You can drop me a DM over there. I answer all of my DMs. So I look forward to talking to you guys over there as well as in the comment section. When I was bigger, I really did not like to take pictures at all because I just didn't like the way that I look and I wasn't happy. So most of the pictures I have are actually from shoulders up, but the few pictures that I can find that have like a little bit more of my body in it, I will actually show those pictures. But it's very clear from my face that I've lost a lot of weight anyway. But I will add and include those pictures into this video. I actually wanted to start with my stats. I am 5'8", kind of around there. I haven't measured myself in a while, but the last time I measured I was 5'8". Yeah, I was 5'8". Before I started actively trying to lose weight, so my starting weight was, I actually have to convert it because I started weighing in kg and then I switched to weighing in pounds. So my starting weight was 229.5 pounds. And that was 104.1 kg. Now, although I say this is my starting weight, I actually weighed myself when I'd already started to lose weight. The lowest I have weighed on my journey is 165 pounds. I currently weigh 185 pounds. And my goal weight is 165, 170 pounds. For me, I carry most of my weight in my stomach. I naturally have a really big bust, and I think I've been like an E cup since I was like 14. And even with losing weight, they have not reduced any lower than an E cup. My back has gotten smaller. When I was 165 pounds, they were still in the E cup. They were full E, but my back was just slightly smaller. So I lose most of my weight in my stomach area, like my midsection, so the back midsection, and also as well the front midsection. My thighs don't really get that much smaller either because my thighs aren't really particularly that big anyway. Arms get smaller as well. That is a place that I gain weight on as well, my arms. So my arms and my midsection is where I carry most of my weight. Now that you've heard me give my stats, you actually see that I have actually reached my goal weight, but I actually gained some of that weight back. And I'm going to explain a little bit why. When I was actively trying to lose weight, I was actually most of the time in Nigeria. It was a lot more easier for my temptations being in this country because I had to travel a little bit, not travel, but I had to go a little bit further to get the things that I was craving. So I was just tending to prepare food more at home. I was limiting myself a little bit more. Then I went back to the UK for a year, and all of the food that I missed, I kind of went a little bit crazy for the year. So then I gained back 20 pounds out of what I had lost. No, I actually even gained a bit more actually. When I came back to Nigeria, I was actually 200 pounds. Since being here, I've kind of been slowly losing the weight. I've been losing the weight a little bit more healthier in more healthy ways. But I'll get into that. So let's start first of all. So you have to be accountable with the fact that you're eating too much. Taking accountability, I think, actually is the first step before cutting anything out. You are eating too much. Be accountable. Please be accountable. Don't be one of these people that are like, oh no, I only eat a little bit. Oh, I don't eat a lot. Oh, you eat 100 calories. I only eat. No, sis. I only eat I only eat once a week. No, sis. You are eating too much food. If you see the amount of food that, especially Africans, the amount of rice, fried rice and jollof rice we pack on the plates, it's a joke. If you only ate the little amount you're saying, let's be honest, you wouldn't be the weight that you are. Just be really honest with ourselves. Be accountable that you're eating too much, and if you just reduce what you're eating, you will lose weight. It is easier said than done. I've been there. I've put on weight from when I've lost it, so I've been there. I know, and I know that I ate myself back to the weight that I am now. Taking accountability is the first step. For the first week when I decided to actually lose weight, I was eating normally. It was literally, I just cut out any juices, chocolate, crisps. I have such a soft spot for crisps. That is my snack of choice, crisps. Like literally, I can have a bag of crisps every day and any kind of sweets. And I lost 5 pounds. So I was like, okay, if I can do that and lose weight, I need to push it further. So I continued on with the only drinking water. Even now to this day, I actually don't have anything in my fridge other than water. I would have advised for your first week, ease yourself in by cutting out things that are kind of like wasted calories, like drinking sodas, soft drinks is wasted calories. Even juices is wasted calories. Drink water. Drink water, it's good for you, it tastes good. For me, I predominantly calorie counted, and I actually saw most of my weight loss through that method. I didn't do any fad diets, just keto or low carb or Atkins or what other diets are there? Paleo. I didn't do any fad diets. I just ate a balanced diet, including carbs. I cannot not eat carbs. I don't think that is sustainable long term. I even eat chocolate. I was eating chocolate then. I would allow myself the odd packet of crisps here and there. But I was making sure that if I was going to eat a packet of crisps, that it was within my calories. But it was just an odd packet of crisps. Basically, I was retraining myself to eat like a normal human person that is healthy. You can have treats, but once in a while, you don't eat your treat items every single day, sis. You know. Decided that I wanted to get like an app. Yeah, so MyFitnessPal just looks like this. And I really like this app because you're able to put in your starting weight, you're able to put your goal weight in, and then it tells you how much you should be safely losing to actually reach your goal weight and how long it's going to take you to get to that weight if you stick on track. I like it because you're able to scan the barcode of food. So you're able to actually put your own ingredients in there, and you're also actually able to include your own recipes, which I did also as well. I just worked out the calories and just put it in for each portion. So I would advise to get some sort of a weight loss tracker, calorie tracker app, because you can't out-train a good diet. So for me, it was really important for me to get my diet on track before even thinking that I'm going to exercise and deceive myself and just be like, oh, well, I'm just going to eat that and exercise, because it just wasn't going to work for me. I knew that I had to get my mind right in terms of my food first. So I would advise to get some sort of a weight loss app. MyFitnessPal, I definitely would recommend. I did actually try intermittent fasting where I would fast for a few hours out of the day. I also as well tried multiple day fasting as well. The most that I did was 3 days. So I would fast for 3 days, eat for 3 days, fast for 3 days, eat for 3 days. During the time that I was fasting, I was making sure that I was adding electrolytes into my water using this electrolyte liquid. It's called Trace Minerals 4000 volts. I'll put it down below in the description bar. And I was also making sure that I was drinking 3 liters of water each day, sometimes more. 3 liters was the minimum. I was using electrolytes to just make sure that obviously my electrolytes are up. So magnesium, chloride, sodium, potassium, sulfate and boron. If you are going to multi-day fast or fast at all, just make sure that you're consulting with your doctor, and I would actually advise to take vitamins as well as you're doing it to make sure that you're not going to become deficient over that time. So I got a scale for food, a digital scale. This was very, very, very important in the early stages for me because I actually meal prepped and weighed out my food using this and just put all of my food in the fridge and freezer, and so I was able to keep track of my calories. I don't meal prep now. I might actually start meal prepping again just to drop these pounds. If you want to see a separate how I meal prep video, how I actually calculated the calories in the meals when I portioned them, so just let me know down below in the comment section if you if you would like me to do that. So I would say a scale for weighing food is very important. Also as well, I would say get yourself some measuring cups. I use measuring cups a lot in the earlier stages of my weight loss. It was just easier to scoop up the things and say, okay, that's 1 cup, that's half a cup, and really be able to stick on my portion control if I wasn't able to weigh things. And I also used to keep the cups inside a Ziploc bag inside my bag. So if I was out at somebody's place, I could measure out a cup of pasta or rice, for example, because I didn't do no carbs. I ate normally. I actually didn't eat normally. I just reduced my portions. I didn't limit. I reduced my portions and weighed out calories, and I tried to make sure those calories were coming from nutritious places. After a while, you probably don't really need the cups because you kind of start gauging by eye what a serving size is and how many calories in it. But if you're really going to be regimented, I would say that you need a scale to really make sure you're hitting those target calories each day. You need a scale. These were one of the first things that I got as well. I got this from Tesco. It cost me around £30. I've had this is my second one actually. Quick funny story. I used to shuttle this between Nigeria and the UK when I travel, and I actually had it in my hand luggage one time, and they confiscated from me in Nigeria. I'm so pissed off. And as soon as I landed, I went straight to Tesco's and got myself a scale. I know some people would advise not to weigh yourself often because it might discourage you if you've done all of this work and you haven't actually lost a lot of weight or lost any weight that week. But for me personally, I think that if you're quite a competitive person and you don't get discouraged when you see those numbers not moving, for me, having this scale was a game changer for me, because literally when I stepped on that scale and I saw that I had eaten a little bit too much maybe a few days ago and I was like 2 pounds heavier, I was like, nah, cut it out, sis. So for me, this scale has been imperative. I weigh myself once a week now. It just really keeps me on track because at the end of the week, I can say, okay, the woman, you put on a pound, you need to cut back, and it correlates. When I think I've eaten a bit much that week, I tend to put on a bit of weight. If I've eaten a little bit less that week, over the course of the week, I tend to have lost a few pounds. So for me, the scale has been imperative. This has been one thing I've had since the very beginning. Actually, this is my 3rd scale actually. Yeah, this is my 3rd one. You're able to put yourself in the system and actually track your progress, put your height in. It tells you your body mass index as well. Well, it gives you an estimate of your body mass index. So that's one of the things that I did. Tape measure. Now for me, I didn't measure myself because I know that I just didn't want to kind of like measure myself and admit that, oh my gosh, your waist is like 42, for example. I do get my clothes made quite a lot here in Nigeria. So whenever I go to the tailor, she's like, oh my God, your waist has gone down like 2 or 3 inches. I'm like, oh, good. But tape measure is going to also be fantastic for times when you have really worked out, you've really been eating great, and you're not seeing the results on the scale, you're going to be able to see the results using tape measure, measure different parts of your body and keep a log of it. And I really do wish now that I would have started to exercise from the very beginning, because what happened when I was 165 pounds is that I looked very skinny. I looked just very like, you know, I had like my clavicle bones were like really prominent. I was just really small, and in fact my mum hadn't seen me in person for 2 years, and when she saw me she started to cry. 165 pounds may even be a little bit too small, because my chest is really big. I've got really big boobs and they don't go down, so the rest of me just looks very thin. And I look just look very thin everywhere else. So I'm just going to monitor what I look like as I include exercise and toning up, and see what I look like, see if I look more toned and I look more strong instead of like just skinny and frail. So during the early stages, I was actually in Ghana, and to get out of the house, I was in Ghana for actually 6 months. To get out of the house, I used to walk to one of my friend's office spaces just to go and hang out and get out of the house. And that walk was half an hour there and half an hour back, and I did that Monday to Friday. So that was pretty much the bulk of the exercise that I got. And also as well, the friend that I was staying with, she had a dog, and I used to take her dog for walks also as well, because I was just so adamant that I wanted to lose this weight. So I did a lot of cardio, but I really do wish that I had introduced some weight training, because I feel like I would have looked a lot more toned during that period. That really is the extent of the exercise that I did walking. I have started to incorporate skipping now into my regimen. I haven't worked out in over 2 years, but 3 weeks ago I started to say I'm going to get up and I'm going to skip every day, which I have actually been doing. It has been a slow and long process. I didn't just lose weight overnight. I think it looks like, oh my God, you lost so much weight just like that, because I haven't actually been on YouTube. It has been quite a slow and steady pace. And it is difficult, because those temptations were still there, and I did gain the weight back. One of the things that I would say for anyone that is struggling with weight is to try and identify why you have the type of relationship that you have with food. I think for me, I can definitely pinpoint when I started to use food to comfort. Cut out those things that are in your diet that you know that you really love, but you know are not good for you and calorific, and have them things that you eat only on your cheat days. I don't do cheat days, I'm just saying, because I know some people do cheat days. Just leave those items for your cheat days, or until you're able to actually control the urge and not overeat those things. So yeah, that's how I did it. I'd love to hear some of your stories down below. Yeah, and I'll keep you guys updated on my progress with losing this next 20 pounds. So that's it for this video, guys. If you found this video informative, don't forget to share, hit the like button, leave some comments down below. If you have any further questions you would like me to answer, let me know if you want any further videos on weight loss. I have a few in mind. I will link all of the items detailed down below, so you can click through and you can purchase that way. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.